1007.
He might have been just a voice man.
He's the man of 1,000 voices.
Greatest voice man that ever lived.
None of which will make you laugh.
But he never took a performance for granted.
Alan Cox.
On 100.7 WMMS.
Little Deftones for-ins. I was texting my older daughter this morning because they dropped the Lapalooza lineup. And she goes every summer, and the older I get, the fewer and fewer bands on Lapalooza are ones that, you know, I've aged out of Lapalooza from attending the very first one 30 years ago. Obviously, it has moved so far in another musical direction. I mean, it's very, very, it has been for a long time now. It's very pop heavy. It's very hip hop heavy. But it is also up to 4 days, I think, at Lollapalooza. And I always go to the bottom and see who the tiny font bands are and how many of them I know. I do know Callie. She's real good. I hope people don't sleep on her. But Deftones are playing Lollapalooza. Blink 182. One of the headliners, The Killers. I mean, that's good. Hosier. Remember Hosier?
Yeah.
This guy's like still doing theaters and stuff. I'm like, he had one song. How's that happening? Yeah, Take Me to Church. Yeah. Skrillex is coming back. He's doing Lollapalooza. So, yeah, for my daughter, you know, who's 19, she's going for, you know, your Renee Rapps and your Lizzie McAlpines, and she gets the early tickets on that. But, yeah, I mean, there's some, you know, Killer Mike is going to do it, and Kesha. So some for everybody for people who go to Chicago for Lollapalooza. But it used to be you'd see a lot more kind of rock bands at the top. But it has been probably a good decade since that was something you could count on. They kind of throw a bone to that genre now with, you know, bands like Deftones or whatever. Of course, Black Tiger Sex Machine is going to be on there. And Camden Cox, no relation. But, I mean, Lollapalooza is a good time. But it's a good time if you don't, for me at least. And again, I don't think I've been to Lollapalooza since we went the year. We had already moved here. The station I worked for when I was in Chicago was one of the main sponsors, and so we'd have the giant tent and the broadcasts and all that thing. But after we had moved to Cleveland, we went back. But I think it was only a year after we came here. It was the year that Soundgarden reunited. And that was a great show because Chris Cornell was still alive. And for me, that's what made it so enjoyable. It was difficult for them to do that after he died. But walking around Lollapalooza, for me now, I feel like I'm 4,000 years old.
Narc. You're a narc. Look at the narc.
Well, no, because you'll still see the people trying to make it happen. You'll still see people like older than me walking around Lollapalooza. Hey, listen.
They enjoy live music.
I
There's
know.
nothing wrong with it.
I know. There's nothing wrong with it. And
I think it's really interesting and kind of admirable when someone that's like older is legit into like newer music. They didn't get all shake your fist at the youngins going,
right.
Music's not the same, but they actually embrace the changes and the art of it.
Yeah.
I like seeing that.
SZA is one of the headliners. No, I think it's all great.
Scissors.
I'm sorry?
Scissor.
Scissor Sisters is who you're thinking of.
No.
SZA.
Scissor.
SZA. It's a hard A. I can't say it with a hard R.
Scissor.
SZA. SZA.
Scissor.
SZA. SZA.
We're going to have to agree to disagree.
Huzzah. Tyler, the Creator, and...
Tyler.
I'm sorry. Tyler, the Creator, is going to be there. Military Gun, who are actually opening that Day to Remember tour. And the Chicago Philharmonic will be performing with a couple of acts. Last year, it was
Now
Chili
I'm interested.
Peppers and Billie Eilish and Lana Del Rey and Kendrick Lamar in the 1975.
Do they wear tuxedos?
Who's that? The Philharmonic?
Yeah, they get all dressed up.
I'm thinking maybe it is an indie band. The guy's name is Phil Harmonic. I would need to look into that. Hey, I'm Chicago Phil Harmonic. Hey, everybody. Yeah, they probably wear tails to that to perform at Lollapalooza, right? Middle of the afternoon in a Chicago July or August, rather. A singer named Laufey, who's real cute. She's going to be performing with the Chicago Philharmonic. She's an Icelandic singer. She's from Reykjavik, but clearly one of her parents is Asian. She has a lovely look, and she's going to be doing Lollapalooza. Anyway, so I should have known better. I'm not going to get anything over on my older kids, but I texted my daughter's like, "Did you see this?" She's like, "Yup. I'm already out in front on it." It's like, okay. You can leave voicemails for us anytime. Our after-hours line is 216-986-8903. I freaked Amanda out with one of the segment titles in the podcast.
Pulled up Monday's podcast, and I was looking at the titles of the segments. Saw one named Molly Squire. My brain immediately goes to, oh my God, did Bill get married? But then I listened, and he just got high, which kind of makes more sense. But
Yes, it
either
does.
way, congratulations to Bill and Molly.
Mm-hmm.
Love me, love you, hate the show. Bye.
Mm-hmm. No, Bill did not. I mean, to the
No.
best of my knowledge,
No,
you didn't get
no.
I don't know
married.
why does that equate to him being married? Molly Squired?
Molly Squire is what I called the first segment of yesterday's show on the podcast because he talked about doing ecstasy on St. Patty's Day.
Okay.
So I called the segment Molly Squire. And Amanda saw it and said, you heard her call, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's your question?
Well, I just didn't know. She thought that was the name of his wife?
That's my inference, yes.
Okay. That's all I was wondering.
Yeah.
Nope.
Not married.
No wives.
Never gonna get married, Bill.
No
Squire.
wives.
I really don't. think I
Doesn't
will.
want to cohabitate.
Well, he didn't say that. He said he wanted to get married.
I'm
again.
kind of not even wanting to cohabitate either. Like, I kind of like.
Separate apartments and beds.
You can sleep over once in a while.
Separate apartments and beds. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, some people, maybe she got the Jimmy legs. Does your girlfriend have the Jimmy legs?
No.
Okay.
His
That's still
Jimmy-
going on, yeah?
Yeah.
his-
You and the
no.
girlfriend? Okay.
No, Bill.
What's happening?
His Jimmy has the girlfriend legs. You got it all wrong.
Mary's in a bad
Anyway,
mood.
so
Mary's in a bad
Mary
mood.
Santora. Why are you in a bad mood?
Because I'm annoyed.
She's bumped.
At what?
Okay, I'm going to start this by saying
Should I keep playing the wedding music?
no. I fully understand this as a business decision, okay? I understand the logistics of this situation, but the fact that it negatively affects me is annoying. Got bumped off a show tonight and 2 on Thursday because a very famous
Is that your home club?
Yes, a very famous multi-million-dollar earning headliner is coming in to do shows. And I'm
Who is
annoyed.
that?
They're not advertising, so I don't think I can say. So, but on the website, it is a smoking goat, which means he smokes on stage, is one of the greatest of all times. You draw any conclusions. you
Dave
need to draw.
Chappelle.
You can draw any conclusions that you would like to
That's
draw.
who I would assume.
Okay. I'm not saying anything. That's what it's listed as on the website. And I'm annoyed because his tickets are $200 a piece, which means he's going to make $20,000 minimum tonight and $40,000 on Thursday. And I really, really need the $120.
He's going to sell wait. He's going to sell.
It seats 100. The room
Oh,
seats 100.
I got you. Okay.
It's going to sell out at $200 a piece, which is
Right.
$20,000. And I'm like, this guy does not need that money. And I get it. That's a ton of money. Everybody needs that money. But like, I get mad. And again, I fully understand the logistics. And if I was in the position to sell that many tickets for that much money, I would do it too. But I would also be cognizant of all the people you're taking away stage time from.
But that's never a concern when guys are like, "Hey, you've talked about it. We all know how it works." Somebody comes in and goes, "Hey, you get bumped because Gaffigan wants to work on new stuff."
I fully understand the logistics of it, but I'm like,
there's a hierarchy.
There is, and I respect it and I understand it. I'm just complaining.
Still annoying.
I need the $120 more than he needs $20,000. I feel like that's a fair assumption to make.
Could you ask him for $120?
I thought about it. I asked Brian. I was like, I feel like
oh, you really should.
I feel like I should make a video being like, hey, this is what happened. Here's my Venmo, Mr. Smoking Goat Headliner. I'd like you to pay me for the sets. That's a week's worth of groceries, man. You know?
Let me offer a competing theory because I would absolutely pay $200. What if it's an actual smoking goat?
That is different. If it's a goat where's the goat smoking from? A cigarette or like its hooves?
Its butthole.
Wow. That might be worth it.
All right.
I don't know about that.
Bill, I think you were going to ask if we're allowed to watch.
Yeah.
They were saying that it's like super high, tight security. So if you don't have a ticket, there's a very good chance that they're not going to let people just like hang around and watch.
Bah!
They're like, you can come and try, but don't get your hopes up.
Are you going to try?
Yeah, I'm going to try. I mean, I already have another set tonight at 8:30. Well, the show's at 8, but so I was going to go from one to the other anyway.
So this is a situation where he just calls him.
I found out about this like 2 hours ago.
How far in advance?
2 hours ago.
No. For someone to do something like this, because again, like I mentioned this earlier in the show, let's, for the sake of argument, call the person David Chappelle, right? When we were talking about,
as you like to call him, Dave Attell.
When we were talking about your show with Marcelo and he did like 2 hours or whatever, and I was talking about years ago when I used to work the Pittsburgh Improv, Chappelle came and they announced it like that morning. So how they can just do that with that little notice?
I'm not kidding when I say these tickets went on sale like an hour or two ago. They posted it on their social media.
Okay.
And we're like, hey, sign up for our mailing list. That you need a promo code or whatever to get access to these tickets.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming they put the tickets on their website, sent out an email blast to whoever's on their email list and was like, hey, limited time.
And they have to they have to almost beat you over the head with it. They're like, a smoking goat.
Right. Well, because people aren't going to pay $200. It's New York City. So there's surprise pop-in headliners all the time. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, you could see nationally touring headliners any night of the week. But for this to be like a takeover, you know.
Right.
And again, I fully understand he has earned his spot.
Right, it's still
top.
a bummer. Yeah.
I fully understand that the club is going to make a ton of money on drink sales. I fully understand that $20,000 is a lot of money to anybody, even at his level. I'm just annoyed because I'm like, dude, I'm fighting for friggin' $40 spots over here.
Sure.
And I just moved here, you know, whatever. But it is like, I don't know. I feel like if that were me, I would be like, hey, pay all the comics that I bumped. Because that's going to be what, $500?
Maybe he will.
Well, we haven't been told that. It was like a, hey, we'll make up your spots when we can.
Maybe you have to ask.
Do I have to ask him?
Yeah. Stand in the back. Excuse me. Yeah.
Mr. Goat?
Hello, Mr. Smoking Goat?
I was set to do, like 15?
15.
I was set to do my 15 tonight, and what's that? Shut up? Okay.
Mary, if you can make it, you can do a spot at Brothers Lounge tonight.
Oh, man.
I'll give you $40.
It's a 2-hour plane ride that costs probably about $700 or $800 since it's within 2 hours of when I would need to leave.
I can give you $40.
Man, that sounds tight. That sounds really tight.
Spend my own $700 to come do 15 minutes at Brothers Lounge.
Mm-hmm.
Or
show starts at 8 p.m.
Losing $40.
So the show starts at 8 p.m. and it's going to be very fun. John Armstrong's going to be on it. Joe Briggs is in town.
Well, I've also said this before when famous headliners have bumped other people off of like new talent night. And I'm like, that sucks, dude. Like, I get it that you need time to work on new stuff. But this 5 minutes is so much more important to the guy that you bumped off of it than it is to you. Maybe, am I looking at that the wrong way?
No. It is what it is. I mean, you know.
Like, and I get it. There's nothing you can do about it. There is a hierarchy. Those people they paid their dues. They got to the top. It's just always, I don't know. It's just always kind of rubbed me the wrong way when people take something away from
That's
a
showbiz, baby.
struggling.
If someone
person.
wins, somebody else loses.
But it doesn't have to be that way.
It clearly does.
And I also understand that these people are charging a ton of money in theaters and arenas and things like that, so they can't really work on new material. I get that. They got to work it out somewhere.
Sure.
And
It's
to
just
see
a-
Dave Chappelle in a club is
A
complete,
smoking goat headliner.
or
We don't
whoever
know
it
who
is,
it is.
completely intimate 100-seat room is
Yeah.
so much. I'd pay $200 for that over $200 to see him in an arena again.
Yeah.
Done too well.
Well,
someday, Mary,
maybe it won't be
you'll
him.
be headlining the grog shop, and you'll
like
be
Jerry
able
Seinfeld.
to, yep, just like Jerry Seinfeld.
I've done too well. If you black in show business and do too well, it's scary. You got to get out of the casino while the getting's good, while you're still winning. If you don't walk away from the table, that's how get Kevin Harted. You already know. That's my man. I'm just saying, if he got a sex tape out, well, it's just a matter of time for me.
I don't remember Kevin Hart having a sex tape.
I don't either.
Who the hell would want to watch that?
It was he said he got extorted again.
That sounds like Dave Chappelle performing to more than 100 people.
Yeah.
Well, listen, for your sake, and I hope that it's an actual goat.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I hope that it's an actual smoking
watch.
goat.
To pay $200 to watch a barnyard animal smoke cigarettes on stage, like Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
I am a simple goat.
What if it's Ron White?
It could be.
Yeah.
They didn't. Like I said, they didn't announce any names. It just says a smoking goat.
Huh.
Yeah. So I'm just a little bummed out. I'm annoyed, and I get it. Again, I get every aspect of it, but what are you gonna do? My foot's all clawed up, so I can't make the money back on foot pictures.
Right. You're going to be hobbling, even if you get up there.
And I do still have one more set tonight. I have one at Gotham Comedy Club tonight, so it's not like...
You got nothing going on.
Yeah, it's not like I don't have anything going on.
Alan, is Mary trying to say that the rich get richer while the poor get poorer?
Oh, my God. Is that what the... I'm
You
finally understanding.
Occupy Wall Street! She did it.
Down the patriarchy!
Yep.
Wow. Look at that. Look at that. A real-life example.
Alan Hosier is playing Blossom this summer, and they better announce a flash flood warning because chicks are horny for that guy. All right, Hosier. God, take me to church, right? That's the only song of his I know.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that's the only song that other people know. I know lots of people that listen to Hosier. I remember a girl sending me one of his songs, and she's like, this song makes me so happy, blah,
Oh,
and
okay.
telling me her feelings, and I was like, eh.
That was your response.
I was like, eh.
Doesn't scratch me where I itch.
Not my thing.
Yeah. She was trying to convey her thoughts to you through a specific piece of art.
And I said,
you
don't.
said,
Don't send me songs.
not
Just
for
don't
me.
Do
Don't
that.
send me songs.
Don't send me songs. I'm not. I've said it a lot.
Yeah.
Don't send me songs. I'm not a send. I don't.
I don't like paperwork. Don't send me songs.
That's
Don't
not
ask,
my love language.
Don't ask me to sleep in the same bed.
Like, if you want to send a song, it's like, hey, this is a fun song to listen to and dance to, but don't send me a feeling song. That's the worst.
And
Ugh.
expect you to respond in kind, you mean?
Exactly.
Yeah. Ladies, you got to know what he wants to hear from you.
Somebody farted, standing in the welfare line. Not sure who's behind. It wasn't mine, like the Red Sea. The line just parted, 'cause some nasty sucker knew he just had farted. The dance floor.
By the way, do you know how Hosier started out when he dropped out of college?
Oh.
He was a backup singer for Billy Ocean.
Right.
So he has sung the words Caribbean Queen. And he has sung the words Get Out of My Dreams, Get Into My Car.
Those are good songs.
I just remember we were in Austin around 2012, 2013, and that goddamn song got played every 4 minutes on the radio. We're like, oh my God, this song. But clearly,
it's a good song.
Yep, he's kept his pecker in the wind, boy, because he's going out and doing big venues, and good for him. What if it's Guy Fieri trying out a new recipe?
Ooh,
what if it's
smoking meat goat?
What if it's a Flavor Town situation?
That would be cool. But why would you have to pay $200 for that?
Maybe he's serving food for everybody.
Food margins are razor thin. What are you talking about?
Okay, so if it seats 100 people, how many goats?
No, one goat.
One goat for
everybody gets a piece. One goat could feed 100 people. You give them a little slice. You're not handing out goat chops. It's Guy Fieri. You're giving him a little amuse-bouche.
That should be a giant goat, man.
What if it's Brian Regan? I know he doesn't smoke, but what if he got up there? Would you cry and forget all about the money you were losing?
No.
Oh.
You know what it is? I'm just poor for the first time in a long time. That's what it comes down to. I have the least amount of money I've had in years.
That is a good, but it's always good to get back there occasionally, right? It keeps you grounded.
Right.
You always have to know and remember how to operate in those circumstances.
Oh, I'm doing great.
That's what I'm saying.
Mary's OnlyFans countdown.
The countdown to OF.
You can't be caught unawares, as it were. Right. Okay. Well, Mary's OnlyFans in 5, 4, 3.
Oh, you got to go to a break.
I do have to go to a break.
Gosh.
AlanCoxShow.com. That's where we'll be premiering Mary's OnlyFans very soon, and we'll be back.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS and everywhere